Texas gets the win over the weekend. Wasn't as impressive as maybe some people wanted or felt like it should be. Nonetheless, they bounce back after the loss to Ohio State and get the dub. Arch Manning, kind of a slow start. Didn't really get out of the gate strong, but would find some receivers for touchdowns as the game went on. 38-7. Texas goes to 1-1. San Jose State goes to 0-2. Now, there are a couple clips of him throwing the football, one of which I love, G-Mac, where he's getting hit. And
yes.
he's grimacing as he throws the football, one where he's not. I'm like, you can remove the one where he's actually taking a hit in the back and throwing the ball.
Yep.
And I don't think we can look into that one and say, oh, is he injured, as far as the look on his face when he's delivering the ball. But nonetheless, there are a couple in which he's not getting hit and he's kind of grimacing, and people are saying that his motion and this are leading them to believe that there is some sort of an injury with Arch Manning. What do you read into that?
No, I don't worry about that. I don't think he's hurt. People went back and looked at pictures of him last year when he obviously wasn't hurt, and he still had a comparable quote grimace on his face as he was releasing the football. That's just what he looks like when he throws it. I don't know. I mean, some people stick their tongue out when they throw. Some people just have a natural tick. So no, I'm not too worried about it. I thought he played okay in the game last week. I didn't think it was a phenomenal performance. I thought it was fine. I think people are probably overanalyzing every single throw he makes is going to be speculated upon.
No.
It's over the top. People are continuing to forget he has started now 4 games in college football. He's going to be just fine. I'm not worried about it. Couple takeaways with me from the Arch Manning performance. There were a couple throws in there that were whoa, all right, now we're talking. Play in the second quarter, 7:45 remaining, moves to his left, throws an absolute dart to the sideline, about 17, 18-yard gain off play action. There were a couple drops in the game. There were a couple protection lapses in the game. There were a couple misses, too. A couple things I really liked, though. The involvement of injuries in the game. Using him out wide, using him in the red zone. He's a tight end, and I think he can be a problem.
Yeah, he did some good things.
He looks good. He looks fast. I think this was a get-right opportunity. I also think that there's a couple of throws that are good. I don't know is Parker Livingston going to be their guy?
He was wide open on a couple of these.
He was. I mean, you got to hit him. There's plenty of guys that are wide open that get missed. I get that. So got to hit him. Credit goes where credit is due.
Also got to cover him if you're San Jose State.
It's usually helpful.
Yeah.
Covering guys, I've been told, does lead to better defensive numbers. TBD, but we'll see how that plays out. That's an early takeaway for me here in 25.
Helps.
Yes. So I think there's a lot to like. I also think there's a lot to build on. I mean, this is still a young player, and the over analysis of every throw he makes is going to be, it's just too much. He's going to be fine, but he does need his receivers to play better.
Yeah.
What do you make of the receiver so far?
Not elite. And it actually brings up a bigger point. We've talked about pass protection and how pass protection, I would say, across the board in college football is down. Auburn had some big whiffs this past week. Texas had more whiffs. You talked about Georgia and them having some whiffs. Alabama has a couple players that are really struggling with one-on-one and pass protection. It's everybody. It's across the board. I think a couple of the answers that I would have for it, guys are getting too cute. As Coach Grubb told us, have a fastball and a changeup. You don't need 9 pitches in your arsenal as far as what your pass sets are going to be. And I think guys are overthinking it. They're trying to do too much, and it's getting them in trouble. Number 2, and we can get Damian to come in here and hit on this if we want to as well. I don't think that we need him to necessarily qualify it. But, Greg, drops are happening all over the place.
Yeah.
Florida, some bad drops. Texas, some bad drops. I mean, it's almost every – Vanderbilt had a couple bad drops. I feel like every team that I'm watching I actually don't recall Alabama having bad drops against ULM. I didn't see many there.
Saw
South
a few
Carolina had
week one.
South Carolina had some like the drops are all over, and I'm not talking about a guy running full speed down the sideline in a ball that's maybe has a little more zip on it that's supposed to. I'm talking like guys whose routes have stopped. They're not moving, and balls being thrown their way, and it's in their hands and out of their hands. Like an out route that's uncovered, guy coming to the sideline, like in hands at face mask, ball on ground. I don't. There is literally no explanation for it. We see all these one-handed catches, and guys can't catch the ball with two hands. I'm not talking about in traffic. I'm not talking about going up over a DB. Simple, easy catches, high percentage catches right in their chest or their face mask, and guys are just putting them on the ground. Yeah, it's unbelievable, the amount of drops that I've seen. Actually, I asked our stats guy last night before Read and React. I said, across the SEC, I'm using rough numbers here, but I know what the difference was, and it was like 238 to – it was like 151 to like 238 last year to this year through two games. Yes. There's like 70-something more drops this year through two games than there was last year. So the numbers are backing it up as well, and I don't know what to say about it. It's just it's kind of gross. Georgia, some bad drops.
That hasn't been a problem for a while.
Well, I just don't know how, when all we do is go out and 7-on-7 and we throw on air and we catch the balls and the jugs machine, like how our guys in the gloves, how they don't even allow you to drop the ball half the time.
Oh boy, here we go.
Guys are making this kid from USC makes a fingertip catch, like full extension, and then adjusts the ball all the way down and never tucks it to his body. And it's like, it's literally like he can't. I forget who used to do the celebration where like they tried to like let go of the ball and they couldn't after they caught a touchdown. It's literally like he's doing that.
Foot to get it off.
Yeah, I mean I don't. But Damien, maybe you have some sort of explanation for it, man. But it is. I don't know if you've seen it like I have. I feel like it's everywhere. Yeah, and it's bad.
Kansas, Missouri. Kansas had a chance on that third down. I mean, it's literally just right in his breadbasket. He's fighting the football. I don't know. I think it's just a lack of focus, man. I think these guys are banking on their athleticism, but I mean, you still got to be able to catch the ball before you can run. A lot of guys just kind of taking their eyes off of it. You got to lock in, man.
I feel like that's an important part of it. I mean,
been told that's helpful.
Yeah, I feel like one thing you need to do is probably catch the ball.
Doesn't hurt. We're blocking better though. We're blocking on the perimeter a little bit better.
I will say there are a couple of receiver groups that are blocking well.
Thank you.
Kentucky's group blocked well. Alabama's group blocks really well on the perimeter. Auburn's group looks like they've got a little more expletive to them out on the perimeter when they're trying to block people. So
come on, man.
Maybe that's it. Maybe we're spending our time on blocking. we're not hitting the jug
that's
machine
all you need
enough.
to do.
I don't know.
You're putting receivers on the sled now.
Block them up.
But no, it is bad. It's bad.
There's no explanation for it. I mean, you can't tell me you're not working it. You can't tell me you're not trying. You can't tell me you're not practicing it. I mean, a couple of practices that I've been to, I mean, the receivers have multiple stations within practice where they go over and just catch balls. That's all they do. But
I love that you just are sitting there observing receivers catching balls.
Well, the one Auburn practice was all my kids cared about was watching the stupid jugs robot they have.
Wow.
Like we need that. Just get somebody to throw them the ball. We got 11 walk-on quarterbacks. Why can't we just throw them the ball?
Wow.
And they have this 9-chamber football jugs machine. It throws the ball and you got to reload it. I'm like, it's taking more time for you to reload the footballs than it would be to just turn and throw it.
What a hater.
That's what it is.
This thing kind of moves.
Wonder why his kid was looking at the tide.
Just throw him the ball.
Throw
him the ball. You know what's not
skin.
happening? And you know what? Maybe we just figured out our problem. Robots aren't throwing the ball in the game.
Oh, my gosh.
AI.
Humans are.
It's everywhere.
Not yet.
Saying.
Just got to lock in and focus.
I'm with you. I think we have put such an intense emphasis, and think about all the guys that are now playing. Like, look at Nick Harbor, for example. Perfect example. Everyone is enamored. We have such access to information and watts output and speed and like naturally coaches, even as this is like an old school thought. Hear me out for a second. Like being good at playing football matters. Like being a football player matters. Like had a good conversation with Mark Stoops about this last week. He goes, yeah, you know what? This Troy Stellato guy, one of their slot receivers, like doesn't really do anything super special, but guess what? That dude is a good football player and like we're going to get him on the field. Like there is such a heavy premium on height, weight, size, speed measurables because we now have, oh my God, he ran 23 miles an hour. Put him out there.
Yep.
Guilty. I referenced it like 5 times. In
Well,
the game,
but like look at how long. Does he catch the ball? Like, you know who's a beast is the kid at Florida State, Deuce Robinson. Dude runs 19 miles an hour, but he's 6'6", and he catches everything. He's got strong hands. He's got good body control. Like, coming up nowadays, I really don't know if people would be as enamored with, like, a Keyshawn Johnson. People would not be as enamored with, like, an Andre Johnson. People would not be as enamored nowadays with, like, who's like a Des Bryant. Like, wanna know why? Because they can't run 4.2.
Well, this is vert.
Who cares? Like, does the guy make plays? Does he catch the ball?
It's the exact same conversation I told you we had with Lane after week 1. We asked him about his receiver room, and he said they can all make plays. That's what I know at the end of the day. He said, I'm so over the combine guy and the miles per hour and the catch radius and the 3-cone drill. Like, I do not care. I need guys that know how to play football. I need a guy that knows when to break a route off because his quarterback's going to have to get rid of the ball or because of how the defense is playing him. I need a guy that knows when he's running an out route and the ball's behind him to slow his route down to actually go back and try to make the catch instead of just saying, hey, it was supposed to be right here, and this is the route you told me. We were talking about this in Pass Pro, Greg, during the break. This robotic nature that a lot of guys are being coached into now, it's like, do this right here, and everything will be okay. Well, it's not going to be okay because that's not how football works. Expletive happens. Things happen. Like, things change. Things adjust. You know what defenses sometimes do? They bust assignments, which means they're not doing what you anticipate that they're going to do on a play.
No,
Two guys might run into one gap, but you got to get ready to block it up. You better move. You better not just sit there in your slide protection gap where the coach told you to go and life will be okay because they're going to kill your quarterback. It's playing football. And I agree with you. I've heard multiple coaches talk about, hey, man, the guy just knows the game. He knows how to adjust. He knows how to make a play.
Yep.
He knows when things break down, I better go do this. And not a lot of guys are coached to do that kind of stuff anymore.
With you. There's too many combine warriors.
And that comes with playing different positions. That comes with watching football, I think, which I think less and less kids are doing a lot of nowadays. I think they're watching highlights, but they're not watching games to understand situational football and why things break down and what to do at different points in time. So not an excuse for anybody, but it's just that things are a little bit different. And I do think more coaches are saying – that's why Lane told us that the portal works for him. He's like, I can go get guys, yes, they run half a second slower 40. But you know what they've done? They've caught 150 balls in games. Mm-hmm. Can't replace that. I can't go coach that. I can't go coach a guy that has had 210 targets over 3 years in college football. Sorry, can't coach that up. I can't coach a tackle that has 185 legitimate pass set reps in college football games. We can go out there and do it on air all we want, but this guy's actually done it, so we'll take him.
Yes.
It works.
We're on the same page. You don't need to convince me of anything. Like, I think we are far too enamored with, look how strong, look how fast, look how catapult, look at his recovery scores, look how long, look at this. Like, as opposed to, because you can justify that person's position on the field. If I'm a coach, for example, and I'm having to answer to a GM, I can look at a guy like Stephen Hill who can't catch the ball to save his life. But hey, guess what? He runs 22 and a half and he's 6'4". Like, it's not my fault. It's not my fault he can't catch. It's not my fault he can't run routes. But look at these combine numbers. He ran 4.2. Like, how many times did the Raiders draft a guy that ran the fastest 40 at the combine, only to see him get to the league and never do jack?
Ooh, A lot, I
We're
feel
talking
like.
about
A
Darius
lot.
Hayward-Bay is a freaking Hall of Famer.
Hey,
Just saying.
Mhm.
I got no problem with it. I mean,
Maybe
I'm not
no.
mad at it. All I'm saying is if I were putting my team together,
Yeah.
yeah.
you can give me 10 Hunter Renfros over a. Let me think of an example. Oh, you know who's a good example? Like Kendrick Law, who I love, by the way. Like, love the kid. Blocks his tail off, works his heart out. He's just not a supernatural wide receiver.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? He's going to have some drops. Now, you get to me on jet sweep, whew, that dude's a football playing dude. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's a great football player with the ball in his hands. He's just not a receiver. Like, at his core. You know what I mean? Not like one of those guys like, oh, yeah, this dude's going to run some ridiculous route and just great separation. And, like, there's just a lot of nuance to the position that's getting lost in the shuffle of height, weight, power, speed, output, watts, force. And then offensive lineman, it's like, oh, this guy's 6'9", 340. Get him out there. Guy can't bend.
Misses his punch every time. Tries to take 57 different pass sets because we've been working those all summer. How about just get in front of him?
Yeah.
Cha, cha, cha.
Da, da.
Got my one-hand stab for my inside move that's not coming.
It's the go-to.
For my inside move that's not going to be there today.
Don't need it.
Oh, guy just ran over me. Let me short set and plant. Oh, speed rush. Who knew that was coming, everybody? We're so negative.
Coach
It's
him up,
not.
man.
It's
Coach him
not.
up.
It's honestly not negative.
That's a fact.
It's just I think the point of the emphasis has changed to the point where like you don't see a Wayne Krebet out there just dominating college football anymore.
Old school. Right?
You don't see a.
Did he dominate college football when he
No,
was-
I mean, I'm sure Hofstra had a great program. I have no idea. But I'm just saying,
Hadn't
like, you
seen the
don't
tape.
see, like, you see guys that are given chances to succeed because of their height, weight measurables. You know what I mean? Height, weight, size, speed measurables. Like, as opposed to the guy that just gets open all the time.
Yeah.
Like everyone wants to make a huge deal. Like, I look at let's think of a good team that people have watched recently. Here's a good example. Like look at Bama. Like Cole Adams, good player, right? Like doesn't get nearly the run of some of the other guys, understandably. Jeremy Bernard, amazing player that has taken the next step as a route runner, as a full, well-rounded wide receiver. You know what I mean? Like he's taken the next step, and is not going to blow you away with his length. Is not going to blow you away with his top end juice. Like Jeremy Bernard's like insane fast.
No.
I mean, he can run.
And, but
he's
I'll,
not-
you know what? I'll give you a follow up on that one. I was talking to Kalen about Jeremy because I told you I saw him at practice, and I told Kalen, I was like, I asked the guy on staff, like, who is that kid running routes? And he's like, that's Bernard. I was like, what? He looks like a tailback. Like he looked too big to be a receiver.
Yeah.
And Kalen's like, man, let me just tell you, probably my favorite receiver I've ever recruited, ever. He said because he comes in. And he immediately starts talking about ways that we help receivers get better and starts talking about how to develop relationships with quarterbacks and how certain routes work and what they want out of certain routes. It was not look how fast I am or look at my vertical or look at my hand size or look at my reach. It was just he immediately comes in and is like, how can I help you? And what are the things that I need to get better at? And how are we going to get better at those together? He's like, just the mindset was exactly what it needed to be. And you don't get a lot of that this day and age. And he raved about the individual and how he approaches things, how he accomplishes things, the teammate that he is. He's like, we didn't name a team captain because we didn't think we needed to, because he was going to do all those things anyway. He is in a team captain role, but and I think you guys will understand that there's not a negative connotation with this at all. He didn't need the title.
Right.
Because he was going to do all the stuff anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like there are certain people that kind of need that, and they're in that position,
Sure.
and you probably need to push other people towards them. He didn't need any of that.
Right.
He's going to be a captain no matter what, whether he's got a C on his jersey or whatever, or whether he's getting up there when the captains do. He is that guy no matter what.
Right.
So that is what you're getting with him. If you're
100%.
wondering.
But
So-
think about what we've gotten away from, though. Like now it's like, oh, well, this guy, everyone becomes enamored with like an Anthony Schwartz at Auburn. Guy can't catch.
Sammy Coates was the same thing.
Can't catch.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious.
Golly, it's fun to
looks
watch
like
him
he
run.
could do anything. He could run past you.
I
but
love watching this guy run. but he can't, not catch.
It's not natural.
I look at Florida State a couple years ago, like Keon Coleman,
The kid at LSU last year.
Aaron Anderson.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no, the kid that was jumping when he wasn't supposed to jump.
Oh, yeah, Hilton.
The Hilton. Oh,
He was open past everybody, but
look at Aaron Anderson. Like, he's 5'8". Like, perfect example. Like, Aaron Anderson is LSU's best receiver. And if you were to pick them getting off the bus, he'd be 6th. And he is awesome. You know what I mean? Like, okay, he's 5'8". Who cares? Does he get open? Yes. Does he have short area quick? Yes. Can you cover him? No. Perfect. We'll put him out there. You know what I mean? Like, there's not enough guys like that anymore. It's just
Jack Besh was one of those guys.
Jack Besh, great example.
They tried to make him be a tight end.
Yes, great example. Like Jack
He's
Besh
playing receiver for the Raiders right now.
and he's
Caught a pass.
awesome. Like, he is awesome. Like, Jack Besh is a great example. Like, just give me a guy that's going to be where he's supposed to be. You know who's that guy? Amon-Ra St. Brown.
yes, sir.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is not blowing anybody away in the combine.
No.
At all. But you know what? That dude is where he needs to be.
All
Great
the time.
feel. Like, there's so many guys like that. And it's just like, yeah, but he's not 6'4".
Well, the epitome of
Yeah, but
that
he
is the
doesn't
guy
run
that you
4.2.
threw out as a comp when we were talking the other day, and I hate comping two guys ever at the receiver position. It's Anquan Bolden and Hines Ward, and I bet neither one of them ran a 4.5. Maybe Anquan. Hines didn't run a 4.5. There's no way.
Anquan might have, but that first 10 was going to be a little bit. He's a strider. It took him a little while. He's a galloper.
They're not dropping the ball.
Nope.
and they're
No.
not backing down from anything.
Freaking
on
studs.
the field at all.
Amazing. Hall of Famers.
Over the middle, sure. Head decapitated, no problem.
Andre
Be back
Johnson
next
was that
week.
way. Andre Johnson probably ran 4.55. Who cares?
You're not beating him for the football.
He's going to win.
Yeah.
Brandon Marshall was huge, right? But he couldn't run out of sight in a day. You couldn't cover him.
Well, and that's why maybe the big receivers are seeing the decline is because all the combine stuff. Like, they're not going to run that fast. I mean, Calvin Johnson did, but most of the big receivers are not going to run 4.2. And we're enamored with that. And so sometimes you need the big body guy that there's just nothing you can do about.
Or the
And
guy that's just super reliable, like an Amon-Ra.
He ain't going to drop it.
Amon-Ra doesn't drop anything. And he's always exactly where he needs to be. He's a phenomenal route runner. Great feel for the option route that they utilize a lot. Like,
it's like when we were talking
It's
Auburn,
such a lost
Alabama
art.
receivers a couple months ago, I was like, I'll take Courtney Taylor right now because Courtney Taylor go over the middle of the field and does not care.
yep.
And is he going to get blown up? Probably. Will catch football.
100%. Will catch football, no doubt about it.
That's
Who's
it.
another guy? that's
Running
a-
away from you? No, but going to catch it and take a hit and doesn't care.
What did Emeka Egbuka run in the 40?
Steve Smith is what Brad Smith tweeted in. I don't know.
Love
I
Steve
feel like
Smith.
Steve Smith could run though. Like,
He could
Yes,
run.
yeah.
He could
Yeah.
run, but he was not slow.
but he's a
that
guy that a lot
dog
of people
in him.
would have looked at and said, no, undersized.
No,
Like,
too small.
Not big enough.
No.
Doesn't have long enough arms.
Now, all right, Emeka Egbuka ran 4.45. That, which, by the way, like for receivers now is like,
That's like linebacker speed. now.
yeah, it's like
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not 6'1". He's only 6 foot. Like, he ended up going the first round or whatever because guess what? That dude just is productive. Like, productive. Like, I don't know.
All right, we got to move on. We got a couple calls coming in.
I
We'll
love
get to
it.
those on the other side. But if you're looking to move out of your home, Greg, who should you call?
Crocker Movers, a local company owned by an Iraq War veteran, Eric Crocker. Crocker believes in hiring movers you can trust to complete full background checks and run drug tests on every single employee. These are good guys. You can trust them in your home. They need your whole home packed to move your company headquarters moved across the country, or you just want them to cover, rearrange your living room. These guys got you covered. They also do deliveries for furniture that you've purchased and need to get to your home. So call, visit them online today for a free quote. The website's crockermovingservice.com. It's crockermovingservice.com. Support your veterans by choosing Crocker Moving Service for your next move.
All right, we'll keep talking football players and get to your calls next on Jocks. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. 800-239-9569 if you want to get in. We didn't finish up the Arch Manning conversation. I want to do that quickly before we get to Will on the Higginbotham hotline. Steve Sarkisian was asked about his performance against San Jose State.
I thought Arch played a really good game, that we were able to create explosive pass plays, and we're at our best as an offensive football team when we can run it and create those explosive pass plays.
So that's Steve Sarkisian on what Arch did not do. Overall, Greg, you feel better about his performance than week one?
Oh, much better.
Well, a lot of people that are still down on him. So
Yeah, well, a lot of people are unreasonable and unrealistic.
All right, let's go to Will in Pelham wants to chime in on the Higginbotham hotline. Will, welcome in.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing great, thanks.
Oh, cool. Hey, two quick questions. How many points? I talked to a couple guys, the Florida State Alabama guy. How many points do y'all feel like that were left off the board during that could have been points made?
For Alabama, you're referencing?
For Alabama, yeah.
I'd have to go back and watch it to really tell you. There were a few missed opportunities on fourth down. I think it's really more points that were allowed where they could have made a play
defended.
more so than points left on the board offensively. There were 5 or 6 times where you have an unblocked defender that's right there in a position to make a play and they couldn't do it. There were a couple of 3rd and longs that were converted, kind of get off the field in those scenarios. So, yeah, I mean, I think really that game was more about lack of defensive execution to me than offensive execution. So I'd say probably more points kind of stopped than points left on the field offensively. Fair? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just,
Did you see it that way too?
I do. I see it on both sides, but it's like it's a couple on the 3rd downs where Ty could have ran the ball instead of throwing it downfield and maybe a receiver catching it or not versus, okay, if I took out, he had the momentum to get the first down.
There were 3 or 4 in the red zone. So
Right, exactly. So I'm thinking between 9 and 21 points, just depending on, what they're going to do with the ball. And also, the last thing I got to say, it looks like we got 3 good quarterbacks. How long do, at any given game that we play, don't matter who we playing, do you keep pulling the cord and the lawnmower not starting up and you're not getting a spark before you try something else?
I think it's all situational. I don't think this one with Austin Mack was planned this past week. So they went in with a plan in the second quarter. No matter what, he was going to get a series. So you take away the score, you take away what happened later in the game when it got out of hand. You're not going to go into games with the end game plan mindset to whoever you're playing, but you might still go in saying, okay, we're going to let Austin Mack get a series in the second quarter moving forward, or the third quarter of this game, whatever that is. So I don't know if the leash is any different as far as, where he's going to be when he's going to come in. I don't know if you see it any differently, Greg.
No,
Ty Simpson's a starting quarterback.
Yeah, Ty Simpson's starting quarterback has done nothing to change my opinion on his standing. I think he looked pretty good. Even against Florida State, I think he played well. I think he was one of the better performances on the field by the Crimson Tide in that game, and that was in challenging circumstances like a deluge in the second quarter. It's like that's tough sledding. So I think he's not at all a concern for me at this point. I want to watch the offensive line continue to gel. I want to see some more explosiveness in the run game. I want to see – this is a good defense that they're playing against, a defense that can kind of get after you. Wisconsin's held first 2 opponents 10 points or less. This group will not be as twitchy as Florida State, but they might be a little stouter. I think running the ball will be hard this week. And protection was not great on Saturday. Protection was not great in week 1. So I'm most intrigued by, will the offensive line kind of continue that punishing streak that we saw a little last week? And will the defense, because I don't know who the quarterback's gonna be yet for Wisconsin. Billy Edwards is banged up. Might be Danny O'Neal. Can they fluster him? Like pass rush. I want to see pass rush. I want to see obviously be stout against the run. That goes without saying. But pass rush, I think in this week would be really, really a nice sign.
All right, we have some college football quarterback news. There's a change that is going to be made. We'll update you on who that is and where that is on the other side. First, I'll tell you about Gusty Goulas and the Gusty Goulas Group. If you're looking to get into a new home in central Alabama, the Gusty Goulas Group can help. Call 205-542-1996, brokered by eXp Realty. Serve more than 3,000 home buyers and sellers in the greater Birmingham area. Gusty Goulas Group recognized both nationally and locally as Greater Birmingham, Alabama's #1 team in homes sold. The Gusty Goulas Group serve more than 3,000 home buyers and sellers in the greater Birmingham area. Most agents are going to start marketing after you list with them, not Gusty. He's been doing that long before he meets a potential seller. And if you Google Gusty Goulas Group, you're going to see over 850 5-star Google reviews. Just go to GustyGoulasGroup.com today, Google Gusty Goulas Group, or call 205-542-1996 and start packing. We'll mention a quarterback change and some other quarterback news around college football next on Jocks. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning, Tuesday, September 9th, 9:37 a.m. Let's go back to the Higginbotham hotline. JR in Alabaster wants to chime in on the show. Welcome in, JR.
Cole, I got a question for you about a penalty they called in the Alabama game.
Oh, boy.
Ty Simpson was back for a pass. He got kind of cornered in, so he broke out. They called an offensive pass interference on Alabama's player when they ran into each other, and then Ty threw it down the field, and they called a touchdown back. Can you explain that rule to me?
The defender ran into him, correct? Or the receiver ran into the defender? It looks a little bit accidental.
Ran into each other.
Yeah, it looked a little accidental to me, but I think I see what the officials were seeing, and to them it looked like it was potentially intentional. I don't know where I would have gone with that one, honestly. I mean, I think now there was one with Jeremy Bernard where he just literally trucked the DB going down the field. Like, I don't think you can just run the guy over, even though you're physically capable of it. I actually kind of liked it. Like the DB tried to square him up, and he pancaked him. That's another way to describe it. I don't think you can get away with that, but some of that a judgment call, I guess, when you're trying to judge intent. And I just can't get over the Brailsford hold. That's the only thing that's on my mind from a penalty perspective in the Alabama game. It was egregious in my mind. But I just don't know how you turn a guy loose when you're dominating. You say, oh, you got to turn the defender loose so he has a chance to go make a play. But when I'm putting him on his back, what do? Like midair, you let him go, and he floats over and makes the play? Sorry, I don't know how that works. But had his hands inside. But just because a defender can reach their arm out doesn't mean they're capable of disengaging and going and making a tackle. But that's how we view it now, I guess. He could put his arm out. Oh, he could have made the play. You got to throw holding on him. No, he was being dominated into the back of his jersey got grass stains on it on that play. That's not a hold in my book, but I'm biased, and that's fine. I just didn't see it that way. Sorry, that one made me mad.
See.
No, and Tom knew it made me mad too. He tried to provoke me on that one, and I knew what he was doing. And I don't care. Brailsford was playing great football. I didn't think he deserved that call. Anything else, Greg?
I got nothing to add.
No?
I don't do penalty vulturing.
Colorado will start quarterback Ryan Staub over Caden Salter and Juju Lewis Friday against Houston. So they're already down to their third.
Oh, boy.
I was told that
did Ryan Staub not go to Big 12 Media Days?
He did not.
Are you sure?
Pretty
you were
sure.
there.
Not to double check. Yep,
okay.
Didn't. What I don't know about that is this like an indictment on everybody else, or did Staub just earn the opportunity last week to play well? I will admit I hadn't watched the tape, but by all accounts, he played pretty well last week.
Just going by the numbers, Caden Salter was 13 of 16 for 102. Julian Lewis 2 of 4 for 8. Staub 7 of 10 for 157, 2 touchdowns.
See a leader in the clubhouse.
Salter, I actually thought did some nice things against Georgia Tech. Believe it or not. I'm not overly bullish on Colorado this year. I actually came away from the Georgia Tech game thinking like, all right, they actually have a chance to maybe get to bowl game, but that was, I thought, maybe the high side of what they could accomplish this season. I think number 20 is a good player. They're back. I thought Salter did a couple nice things, but I don't know. With Colorado, it's always hard for me to figure out because I think they got some firepower. I think they got some speed and athleticism. But I also think that with that speed and athleticism comes a little bit of a front runner mentality. So if you go and get punched in the mouth, will there be a response to it? I look at the Georgia Tech game, for example. They turned the ball over first 3 possessions, giving Colorado tons of life, only to have it extinguish as the game goes along. But still, at the same time, like if Colorado doesn't get off to a fast start, are they a team that will claw back into it? I don't know. I think that's what I'm real curious about. Last year, they had the personnel to do it. I mean, it didn't matter what the circumstances were. You got 2 of the best players in the sport, Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, to throw your way back into the game. But I don't know about this year's group.
All right, so we'll see how that one plays out. Quarterback situation that's going to – you okay?
Yeah, my battery fell down.
be careful. That's your all-inclusive everything battery pack.
Everybody wanted to borrow it last week.
You never need a cord again.
Everybody wanted to borrow it last week.
Don't need any
I think it's
cords with
amazing
that.
how Cole has magically found this little battery port into the side of his laptop a couple times, and yet he's still a hater. Just admit you like it. It's fine. You can just admit it.
Brandon
He
Barranco
won't do
tweets
it.
in, when y'all say haven't seen the tape, I know there's some sarcasm in that, but when y'all do watch tape, are you just rewatching TV broadcasts like the rest of us, or do you folks actually get access to coach's game film?
Cole watches the TV
that's
copy.
A disrespectful
Cole
question.
watches the TV copy. I
That's
watch
just because I need to hear the commentary.
I watch the coach's tape.
That is a disrespectful question.
There's actually not sarcasm in
No,
it
it's
all the
actual-
time. It's just that we haven't seen the tape.
There's literally no sarcasm at all. So I appreciate that he asked the question for clarity. If I say I haven't seen the tape, it's because I literally have not watched the coach's tape.
Well, there is times when there's a guy from a school that tape not available
Correct.
that we have not seen the tape
That
because
is
there
accurate.
actually may not be any evidential
Maybe
tape
we need
that we could go see.
Maybe we need to clarify that moving forward, which is a good point of constructive criticism.
I thought everybody was in on it. I thought they knew.
No.
To be honest with you, I don't feel very comfortable assessing the performance of a team while simply watching the game on television. God's honest truth. And I know a lot of people listening to this show do not have access to coach's tape. I would say 95% of the audience has never even seen a cut of coach's tape at the college level, which, by the way, is totally understandable. That's why we have countless hours that Cole and I spend on Sundays and Mondays and Tuesdays watching tape so that you guys are informed, because you can easily be misled by television copy. Like, you can easily be misled by what you see in a game broadcast. And we, even as people that are a part of those broadcasts, can sometimes miss things that you pick up on while watching the coach's tape. For example, you asked me week 1, how did the offensive line play based on the coach's tape for Alabama? I would say they were awful. That would be based on the TV copy, right? I would say they didn't play well. They played poorly. And then I go back and watch the coach's tape. I'm like, gosh, Brailsford got after it. Like, so there's things that you don't see initially while watching the game live that you can pick up on after the fact. That's why we spend so much time watching the coach's tape and not so much the TV copy.
I'll give you another example of it, and I'll be interested to see where you go with this. And some of this, too, depends on the narrative coming out. I didn't get to see all of the South Florida game, but I watched the majority of the first half and then heard and read things about it. But Sunday, when I put the game on, I was thinking to myself, this wasn't near as bad as I expected.
Yeah.
They were really close on a lot of things. It's just you had a breakdown here, you had a breakdown there, but moved the ball, had receivers open, missed a couple throws, made a couple poor decisions. Guys got tripped up a few times, but it's not, I mean, somebody when I was in studio yesterday, somebody was like, Florida allowed 14 tackles for loss against South. And I was like, where were they? Because I watched the game and didn't see them, but they're in the box score.
Like 14.
When?
14? Like,
I actually watched it and didn't see them. How did you mark those down in the box score? Well, they lead the nation in tackles for loss allowed. But where in the game did they happen? Can you give me timestamps? I need to go back and see that with my own eyes because my eyes didn't see it the first time. I don't know. We watch as much as we can. And I'm sorry we haven't gotten to Colorado yet. I'll put that on the list for today. With
Who
the
did
other
they play last week?
500 in Delaware.
you never know, man.
You don't know, but that is as far down the list for me as making sure I eat my kale this week, which is not even on a list.
I was about to say,
That's a
I don't even
crime.
have
I'm amazed that makes the list.
But Cole does love the tight copy, though. He
Haven't
care
seen the
less.
list.
He could care less what's going on at the receiver
I
position.
catch myself
If we
watching
have
the
a
live copy
listener-
now too,
if
and I'm
we-
like, this is all Greg's fault. I'm wasting my time on this.
If
Feeling
we-
like I have to watch this crap.
If we have a listener that actually requests that we watch the Colorado offensive tape, then I will absolutely take 10 minutes to do so. Until that happens, though, I'm not going to do it. There are other priorities for me at this point, like SEC teams, like
Teams you
championship
have this week.
contenders, like teams that we had high hopes for that are not playing up to their potential. Like, why did the teams with national championship aspirations start slowly last week? Like, what did Auburn do? What did Alabama do? Like, what does Ohio State look like on their high side? What does Oregon look like on their high side? Those are priorities for me. And those are the games that I'm going to get to first. Now, later in the week, Thursday, Friday, that's when I usually take some free time to go buzz some teams that are off the grid and enjoy doing it. It's just not usually on Tuesday do I have the answers for you for what transpired against Delaware last week.
It is funny, though, that the suggested sarcasm
Right.
there. It's like it really just started with we haven't watched those. But, yeah. Okay, we gave you a high school score yesterday that was bad. We may have reached a new floor in back-to-back days of bad box score. And if your floor is ruined, you need a new one, Greg. Who should you call?
Shannara Flooring. Fu and his guys continue to elevate the experience every single time you go with them. And right now, that Core Tech flooring that's in stock, they have now 50,000 square feet of Core Tech flooring. That's premium, high-level flooring that is waterproof, kid-proof, pet-proof. Every single plank of that Core Tech comes with a 20 mil wear layer, which is built to last and priced to move. No one in town has the Core Tech that Fu has. Savings can be up to 20 to 40% off. It's a deal that nobody else in the community can touch. So remember Shannara Flooring when you want the Core Tech. So if you're thinking about making some changes to your floors, call Fu. Call who? Call Fu. Call them at Shannara Flooring. 205-518-6423. That's 205-518-6423, or go online at fuandyou.com.
All right, we'll get to our bad box score of the day next on Jocks. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. Before we close the show out, don't forget about Game Day Men's Health. If you're feeling on edge, lacking sleep, lacking energy, Game Day Men's Health can help you. It's easy. Go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com. That's GameDayMen'sHealth.com today. Sign up for the free consultation, free PSA test, free testosterone test. You get a baseline of where your health is. They present the options that can help you. Open and trustful now. That office is now open. Locker room environment, great people, holistic approach to health and wellness, multiple weight loss plans, peptides in stock. GameDayMen'sHealth.com, GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Let's get to our bad box score of the day. We have seen Community Christian College many times in many sports show up. They're going to be back today. They took on the Georgia Military College.
They're the Cadets.
No.
Marauders.
No.
The Marines.
Go a little more basic. They're the Bulldogs.
Ah.
The Community Christian College are the
Eagles?
No.
The Crusaders.
Patriots.
Saints.
Saints.
No,
Not like
that's a
an
good
easy one, but
All right.
it's a swing and a miss. Just went down. Community Christian College did in football over the weekend, 94-0.
Stop.
It's a Division
It's
I
not that bad.
NJCAA football game.
Haters.
That was high school though.
Still.
It's college football.
Right.
Now I will
94.
say, for Georgia Military College, by quarter 15-31, 14-34, which means they have a good head coach.
Excellent. No
Now,
wonder they scored 94 then.
To
See?
no one's surprise, there are no stats available for Community Christian College. However,
Happens.
491 yards of total offense, 232 on the ground, 232 through the air, 259 on the ground for Georgia Military College. Only 88 return yards. They had 14 penalties in the game.
Oh, it wasn't the cleanest, and they scored 94.
They intercepted 2 balls. They recovered 2 fumbles. They had 12 sacks in the game.
12.
In one game.
Might have to pull the tape on this one.
I feel like 12 sacks, not that many.
Well,
Are the bumper stickers out there? Honk if you sacked a Saint?
That's literally a sack full of crystals, 12. So, yeah, it's a lot.
wow.
Jalen Brown threw 2 touchdowns. Curtavian Clark threw 2 touchdowns. Yeah, there you go. 94-0. How? They actually punted one time in the game. I would have thought that would have been a 0.
You do.
Happens.
Did they go for 2 at all?
I think they kept it classy.
Well,
I don't
94
know, but the
divided
high
by
school coach we had
7.
yesterday went for 2 every time, and they won 124-0. We might fight on that one. Sorry, just saying. If you're up 118-0 and you scored and went for 2,
You don't have a.
we're probably gonna
What if
fight.
you don't have a kicker?
You find one.
Yeah, that's actually your tryout.
Right.
Your 14 PATs end up being your tryouts.
Anyone in the stands not busy?
One of them going in.
Let somebody give it a shot.
94.
Anybody.
94-0. That is your bad box score of the day. We're back tomorrow. 3-man front is coming at you next.